D 5,000 metres, and season's best all round for our leaders there. The Mixed C 5,000 metres underway now, and we'll take you through the field from the inside station. Station number 1 from Athletics Essendon, Alistair McDonald. Number 2 from Western Athletics, Matthew Schamberg. From Old Zaverians, Matthew Clark. Also from Old Zaverians, Jason Antonelli. From South Melbourne, Sinead Diver, our top-ranked female competitor in this heat. From Box Hill, Charlie Blanche. From Frankston, Luke Burns. From Casey Cadinia, Peter Dutton. From Bellarine Athletics, Grant Simpson. From Athletics Essendon, Danny Hawksworth. From South Melbourne, Corey Lawson. From Athletics Essendon, Jeffrey Jones. From Athletics Essendon, Roland Burke. From St Stephen's Harriers, Sarah Lester. From Richmond Harriers, Tyson Kingston. From South Melbourne, Kay Bretts. And from Mentone, David Velton. And a few orders being barked at our runners there as they come through the first 200 metres. Seems a few of them are reluctant to take up the pace, by which I mean all of them. Although Jason Antonelli, it looks like it might be in the Old Zaverians colours, just moving to the front of the field and starting to stretch things out, which is what we like to see. Milers Club is all about, of course, trying to run PBs and trying to run fast times. So now our runners just getting into the swing of things a little better. Corey Lawson from South Melbourne moving his way through to the front now. So after a very sluggish start, our leaders have picked things up nicely. Schamberg it is who moves to the front of the field and takes them through in 3:14. So on track there for about 16:10, which is pretty nice considering our top-ranked athletes tonight in this event are currently placed at 16:20. So if they can maintain this pace over the next 4 kilometres, there should be a few happy runners at the front of the field there. But Schamberg it is from Western Athletics. Antonelli hot on his heels. And so too Matthew Clark from Old Zaverians. So 8 laps remaining now for our leaders. Schamberg it is still out in front and still a tightly bunched group of 7. Sinead Diver just with a little bit of a gap to reel in to try and get back onto this lead pack and avoid finding herself in the precarious position of no man's land with 3 kilometres left to travel. So we'll get a split through 3K here as Antonelli leads them through, and it's about 9:43. So just a marginal drop in pace there. As we see Sinead Diver come through to finish now 9:55.94 on the clock for Diver. And Sarah Lester from St Stephen's with a big finish there. Did really well to close that gap in the end and finishes not far behind at all. Just a fraction over 10 minutes for Sarah Lester. So back at the front of the field here, and a quick revision of my sums, and I've realised that they were actually maintaining pace quite nicely and well on track for 16:10. Alistair McDonald it is now what we see at the front of the field, the runner from Essendon coming through to take the pace. Antonelli now just content to sit back in third, and it is indeed down to a group of 5. Our leaders there really stretching out from both Dutton and Lawson over the last lap or so. Rotating through the lead, this group of 5 here, although Schamberg, who did a lot of the work early, maybe now just starting to feel the pinch a bit and with a bit of a fight on his hands if he wants to keep touch with this lead group of 4. And they're going through the rotations very quickly now, although this one possibly a move away from the script because Luke Burns, the runner from Frankston, has put in a pretty definitive surge around the bend there, and as he straightens up now he finds himself with a buffer of about 5 metres or so, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to try and immediately cover that. So either they're not backing themselves at that pace, or our chasers led now by Matthew Clark, hoping that Luke Burns, the runner from Frankston, might have just gone a little bit too hard too early. We'll find out one way or another sooner or later. In turn now have opened up a pretty healthy advantage back to Schamberg, but All three have certainly got a lot of work on their hands if they are to try and reel in Luke Burns, who's just gone through in 14:45 and he's on track for a big personal best here, the runner from Frankston. Indeed, these four leaders all on track for big season's bests. So a little bit of a surge down the back straight here from both Clark and Antonelli, the old Zaverian's teammates, and it's Antonelli now moving his way to into second place and really starting to put in the big ones. It might be a little bit too little, too late as far as reeling in Luke Burns is concerned, but it's certainly going to be a tight finish between these two. Luke Burns now with about 50 metres to travel. He's going to set a big personal best here, and he may just be a chance to sneak under the 16-minute mark. He's going to be almost right on, but I think he's run a 15:59 rather. It's about a 16:04 for Clark and Antonelli. Likewise, 16:04, 16:05. McDonald coming through comfortably under 16:10, and Schamberg maybe just a fraction over. So with McDonald, Schamberg and Clark, the top-seeded athletes tonight in this heat with 16:20. We've just seen some big season's bests from our top 5 competitors, and there was none better than that of Luke Burns, who put in the big move early and was rewarded with a sub-16-minute performance. Well done, Luke.